Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name's Laura and today we're doing another pick a card tarot and oracle reading, and this time we are asking what makes you so enticing. What is your most enticing, attractive, hot traits that people really notice about you? Okay, so you want to set that intention, ask that out loud or in your head to whomever, the universe, spirit, yourself, no one in particular. And once you've done so, take a look at all three of these groups that we have on screen and then select whichever one you feel most intuitively drawn to. We have group number 1 with the Navajo Sandstone. We have group number 2 with the Citrine. We have group number 3 with the Tiger's Jasper. Okay. And you can feel drawn really strongly to one group. You may feel drawn to multiple groups. Some of you might feel drawn to all three groups, and that's totally fine. Keep in mind this is a group reading, so there may be messages in these groups that might not resonate with you, and if that happens, just leave it. It's not a big deal. If you want a personal reading with me, one-on-one, where I'm only focusing on your energy, I do offer that on my website, okay? These YouTube readings are group readings. Take what resonates, leave anything that doesn't. One thing that I want to talk about is on my website, I do offer Goddess Energy Intention Oil, and this is a handcrafted oil that I make to order with your energy in mind. And this will really help radiate more of those enticing traits and qualities that you have. So I just wanted to mention that and give that a shout out, a little self promo, because I think it goes really well with the energy of this reading. Basically, you just use it to anoint yourself, and it is like really, really powerful. I've had people almost crash their car while staring at me. I've had random strangers come up and start stuttering and panicking while talking to me. So I would say use it with caution, but that is on my website, spiritpsychic.org, if you're interested, alongside readings and shamanic life coaching sessions. So a little self promo there. Let's dive into your reading. If you're still selecting your groups, pause now. Hello, group number 1, and welcome. Let's see what makes you so enticing. You have Venus in Pisces in the 6th house coming out as your astro dice, and Venus is showing me some soft romantic tendencies and features. And as these came out, I even saw a vision of a face being sort of round or youthful and beautiful big eyes. There's something romantic about your face, literally your face. And, maybe you have sweepy hair or swoopy hair or something like that. And keep in mind, guys, these physical predictions are totally general and might not resonate with you, but I'm just seeing altogether, everyone who selected group number 1, these romantic tendencies. There's something very gentle about you. And with Venus, you might be somebody who has a lot of creative talents and gifts, whether you're literally a painter, a dancer, or anything like that, or you're just really good at doing your makeup or really good at dressing yourself. Venus rules over beauty, intentional beauty, art, glamour, those types of things. And so you physically are very attractive, and your creativity is very attractive. Then we have Pisces here, which shows depth, spiritual connection. You're not somebody who had it easy in life. You've gone through challenges, and that again makes you very much more enticing, more attractive, because there's an intelligence behind your eyes. There is depth to your soul that people pick up on. And then with the 6th house, this is the house of service, and you use your traits, your creative gifts to help people. And there's a kindness here about you. You're not a selfish person. So all of these things really have people gravitating towards you. I think you're very likable. You're coming off as extremely likable because, you've been through stuff and you own up to it. You admit it. You turned your weaknesses into strengths. And on top of that, you just have a lot of charm, a lot of beauty. So you very, very, very highly likable person. Okay. We have the fox spirit coming out. Yes, intelligence. I'm telling you guys, your mind, the way you speak, your intelligence is so enticing, so attractive for people to connect with. It's beautiful, very clever, witty, good sense of humor. Absolutely. We have the goat and willow, overcoming obstacles. See, we were just saying that, like, you didn't have it easy in life. You're not this like spoiled brat type of person, you know. You have a story, and I feel like people energetically, spiritually can pick up on the fact that you've been through a lot in life, you've made it through a lot, and yet with all of the darkness you've overcome, you've become the sweetest, kindest person in the world. And you know, people who've been through a lot of darkness, I feel like they go down one of two paths. Well, three different paths. Number one, they turn into the person that hurt them. Number two, they become very self-destructive. Or number three, they embrace those challenges, those shadows, turn it into strengths, and become one of the kindest people on the planet because they don't want anyone else to hurt in the way that they've been hurting. And I feel like you're that number three right there. Okay? Very, very enticing, sweet energy you have. Opportunity with the moon. There's a lot of lunar energy that sort of radiates off of you. Some of you might have connections to different lunar goddesses or the moon itself. You're giving off like lunar magic type of energy. So if any of you practice witchcraft, paganism, anything like that, you may have a strong tie, strong connection to the moon. Very beautiful. And I feel like you're the type of person who, like, when presented with different challenges in life, different ideas in life, opportunities, you really, really take advantage of it. You're not the type of person who just sits around and lives a very basic, normal life. Like, no, you take your ideas to the next level. Like, you're not afraid to take action and go for, you know, the visions that you have in your mind, which makes you a very interesting person with a lot to talk about. You know, I feel like you're always having something nice to say, something nice to contribute to the conversation, because you always have something going on. You know, constantly striving for new experiences, having new opportunities unfold, or like just infusing new people into your life, new energies into your life. And so when you go to catch up with friends or various people, you know, you always have some interesting stories to tell. And people look forward to talking to you because it's always very interesting. We have brilliant ideas. See, this is what I'm saying. Brilliant mind, brilliant ideas. And you take action on them. Archangel Uriel, yes, your idea is divinely guided. Please take action to bring your idea to fruition. There's something about you. Like, a lot of you could be like creators, creative people, or entrepreneurs, business owners, because it's giving like you get a vision of something, some sort of idea that pops in your head, and then you just make it happen. You bring it into reality, you know? You're a divine creator is what I'm seeing. Absolutely stunning. And people love to hear about like your perspective on things because your mind it works in beautiful ways. So there's a lot of people who daydream. Yeah, okay, how do I put this? Have you ever had like daydream debates and discussions in your head? Like, for example, you're in the shower, you're sort of pacing back and forth in the shower and having like a conversation in your own head with people. You know what I'm talking about? People choose you to daydream about and have those conversations with a lot. I hope that makes sense, because you're somebody who always has good counterpoints and ideas and very interesting, unique perspectives in the world. And a lot of people want to impress you for that reason. I think you're very popular. Even if you don't necessarily have a ton of close friends, there's a lot of people who want to be your friend, a lot of secret admirers, who's just sort of waiting for the opportunity to get to know you better if that opportunity ever comes, you know? Stunning. I'm going to save this card for last. We, from the moon, we have the new moon in Capricorn. Your hard work is paying off. Yeah, there's so many cards here about like hard work. And we have the Virgo energy, which shows work. There's something about the work that you do, how you serve the world, or what you bring to it that is very healing for the planet. and people are drawn to you, magnetized to you based off of the work that you do. Like that, whatever you do, it's very attractive. People want to talk about it because it's something unique. You know, it's like you had this unique vision for your life and how you want it to unfold, and you're doing it. You know, Capricorn energy always is very strong in people who, like I said, like you're either like a freelancer, business owner, or even like a creator, because you get these visions from the universe, from spirit, and then you manifest them into physical form. Ideas for business, ideas for creative projects. Like your creative visionary side is very, very strong. And that makes you unique, you know? You don't just follow what everyone else is doing, you know, wearing the Ugg boots and just following the trends mindlessly. Like, you are the trendsetter. You just dress the way you want to dress, be the way that you want to be. And you have your own style, your own flair, your own personality. And I think that is, you know, the most divine, attractive thing. You guys are very attractive. The fact that Venus came out for you tells me, like, you're not like an average run-of-the-mill person. Like, you are a 10. You are a 10. Okay. And then we have Patience coming out. Beautiful. If you've tried forever to shift a problem, there's probably something to learn from embracing it. May I let this be for now. Help me relax and trust every need will be met. Often change soon follows. Okay, you know what I'm getting from this card? The energy that you give off. The vibe that you give off. Ooh, Hestia. People, like, from your aura pick up that you're very, like, mellow, calm, relaxed, and you spread this sort of calm, patient, relaxed energy to people just by being in the same room with them, which is so beautiful. So you have the spirit Hestia coming out. This is from the Divine Feminine Oracle, and I wanted to select a spirit that very much aligns with who you are and the energy you give off. And she is so, Hestia, I love connecting with her. She's one of my spirit guides, and she is definitely a spirit that's aligned with your energy and what I've been feeling for you, for sure. But I want to read about her. And I know some people are against me reading from the book, but that's what the oracle's for. And we're going to learn more about this spirit. This is a goddess. So Hestia represents the warmth, protection, and sanctuary we feel when we know we are home. Hestia is an ancient Greek goddess of the hearth. Her name translates to fireplace or altar. She is the firstborn daughter of Cronus and Rhea. Her brother Zeus assigned Hestia the sacred position of tending to the Olympian hearth. She is known for her calm, abiding presence and her tremendous kindness. Doesn't that correlate, like, specifically exactly with how we've been describing you? Patient, that calm energy we were talking about. And I literally flipped this over as I was talking about that calm, patient energy. That extreme kindness. We said that earlier. You know, people who've been, I haven't seen any of these cards, by the way, guys. Like, I'm flipping them over, like, with you. Your service to the world and being so kind, because you've been through darkness, you don't want anyone else to experience that. And it could be really easy for people to be so wounded by their darkness, by their traumas, that they turn into one who hurts others. But you've healed from that. You've processed your emotions, and you have turned into someone who is like the most profoundly kind type of person in the world, because you don't want anyone else to feel the way that you felt in your life. And people really, really feel that kindness from you, that safety from you. You feel like home to a lot of people. You make people feel so comfortable. You could be in a group of people, and let's just say one of the people there, like, doesn't know anybody, and they have, like, extremely bad social anxiety. They will feel so at ease in your presence because you go out of your way and do little tiny things, subconsciously and consciously, to make people feel so comfortable. Like, you might notice that nobody's including them in the conversation. So you ask them a lot of great questions about their life and get them talking, and, you know, just make them feel really comfortable. Or, like, let's just say everyone feels so comfortable just, like, going into your kitchen, getting food, getting drink, whatever. This new shy person feels weird, and you're like, hey, like, I have these drinks here, and, like, you give them a tour, and you're like, yeah, feel free to just go in the fridge and get whatever you want. Like, you make people feel at home, and you put this thoughtfulness into connecting with people, communicating with people, that make them feel so at ease. Like, there's no guessing. There's no, like, apprehension. when they're dealing with you. And for example, like in business, like let's just say, I don't know, I don't feel like coming up with an example. Like in business, you know, some businesses, like you don't know how it works. You go into their shop or you're trying to get service from them, but like it's like you go in, nobody's talking to you. You don't know what's up. It's just awkward. You know what I'm talking about? And it's like awkward. You don't want to do business with that people. But then there's other places you go in and it's like very clear from the get-go exactly what you're supposed to do. There's like signs or someone greets you and tells you how the process works, you know, and you feel comfortable shopping there. I hope that makes sense. Anyways, your personality is like that, this tremendous kindness, just like Hestia. In ancient Greek culture, Hestia is the divine personification of the sacred fire that sits in the center of someone's home. Because back in the days when homes were built, the fire would be in the center because there was no heating, you know, so that was the hearth, the heart of the home, and people would gather around that to cook, to be warm, to, you know, do everything. Beautiful. She would receive the first and last sacrifices of each day. With the establishment of a new village, the flame from Hestia's public hearth in the mother city would be carried to the new home. What a great little tradition. Hestia is the fire that grounds us, the hearth that we can gather around to stop our wandering. Hestia is an emblem of the warmth, safety, nourishment of being in community. She represents that tangible yet unseen connection between all of our loved ones. See, that's another thing. You guys are oftentimes the glue to your social connections in ways that I feel like you low-key know. Like, even if you're not the most talkative person in the room, I feel like you've come up with a lot of the inside jokes. You are the one that like makes the food or plans the things, or like just your personality in general brings people together. You have this natural way about you where it's like you want people to get along, you bring people together, and you know how to make people feel really safe and comfortable. So you're oftentimes the glue to like your family, your group. Whether you realize that or not, absolutely. And she's the calm, abiding presence that can only be found within. So when your soul selects her card, Hestia created the concept of sanctuary. It's considered a sacred obligation to shelter and protect those in need. She wants us to seek those situations that allow us to feel a sense of being home, or she wants us to create that form of sanctuary for someone. Yeah, this is what I'm saying, guys. Like, we're getting a lot of details into what makes you so enticing and why people love being around you. Because first off, you're interesting. You're beautiful. You have a very interesting job or like lifestyle because you're a divine creator in some way, shape, or form. There's intelligence behind your eyes. You know, you are not dumb. You don't just follow trends and news mindlessly. You have your own opinions. So all of these make you a great person and make people want to be your friend. But then on top of that, you carry this aura, this energy of just being calm, being a lot of people's safe space and sanctuary. Like a lot of people, and you'll notice this, just randomly, even strangers will start telling you, you know, these deep, deep parts of themselves that most people would only share with like their very closest friends, you know. You might have people opening up to you about, you know, what they're going through unprompted, you know. If you've noticed that throughout your lifetime, it's because you carry this energy of Hestia, of being a safe space, of being accepting, and it's an aura. It is an energy that people pick up on psychically. It's not even something that you say or do that tells people, yeah, I'm safe for you to open up to. I'm a safe space for you. Like people intuitively know, like, okay, if I ever need anything or have a question, like that group number one is the safest person to ask. I'm going straight to them, you know? So crazy. Yeah. And I feel like that happens a lot to you. You know, where you just meet somebody and they like open up about like their darkest traumas. Absolutely. And you know what? I feel like that would require you to create healthy boundaries for yourself, but that's not what this reading's about. So, of all the wild and crazy adventurous Greek gods and goddesses, Hestia is the most drama-free. She's the one who can be counted on, the one who fosters community and provides the stability of food and warmth and shelter when all else is coming undone. She's your grandmother goddess. She's the energy that whispers for you to just get cozy. Yeah, so you do give off this cozy energy. Hestia wants you to be 1,000 leagues easier on yourself. Put a blanket over your body, curl up with hot tea, Sit before the fire of all that you've accomplished and give your mind a break from all that you ask of yourself. I see this as an actual legitimate message from Hestia. She is wanting to connect with you as this grandmother-like spirit, loving you and telling you that you already bring so much light and joy to this planet, and the positivity that you spread, the help, the support that you spread, the safe spaces you offer for people, that creates a chain reaction of light throughout humanity. And even if you feel like you're not successful because you might not have the money you want, the success you want, whatever it is that you want, you don't have it. Like, you have already gone beyond what you came here to do. Like, everything you're doing now is just extra credit. And you have already changed the culture, created a kinder race. You know, think back to when you were younger and all the things that changed in a positive way. You know, people being more accepting of things like, I don't know, vegetarianism or being gay and things like that. You know, I'm just thinking of my own personal examples. You've contributed to that immensely. And I know what you're probably thinking. It's like, I'm just one person. Like, I didn't change. I wasn't the one who changed that. Yes, you were. Yes, you were. Because you just being you, accepting people for who they are, creating this safe space for people, radiating kindness and killing people with your kindness also, fighting negativity with just pure kindness and love. You have changed the culture. You know, that's your goddess or god energy. You did that. You shaped the world into what you wanted it to be by embodying what you wanted out of the world. And you continue to do so. You continue to embody the changes that you want to see in the world. And by doing so, you're changing the culture. I'll give you an example. Like, a lot of places around where I live, at least, they still allow those plastic bags, at like shopping stores and grocery stores. And, you know, those plastic bags are so bad for the environment. And so only like me and a handful of others actually use the reusable ones. But it's like little things like that. Like, just by you doing that, you're changing the culture, you're changing the narrative and showing people like, hey, it's not uncool to use reusable bags. Or like, let's just say, everyone in your neighborhood has a big, empty, ugly lawn, and you're that one person who's out there planting native plants for the bees and flowers and all of those beautiful things. Like, you are being the change that you want to see, and that inspires other people to do the same. It shows other people that you can be cool while doing these things, you know what I mean? And your physical beauty plays into that, because there is pretty privilege, okay? When somebody beautiful is doing something, it can become trendy. And I know that sounds so materialistic and messed up, but that's just how it is. When somebody physically appealing does something, it almost makes it more powerful for other people to start doing it, because they associate beautiful traits with the thing that you're doing. And so just by being you, you have changed the world already. Okay. So Hestia wants you to relax. Be easy on yourself, because you already changed so much. Hestia wants you to let kindness pervade your thoughts. She wants you to light a small fire in the center of yourself and feel safe in calling your body home. She wants you to be able to seek sanctuary within. She wants you to come home to yourself and to give yourself the love that you effortlessly offer others. Yes, be kinder to yourself, guys, because you're so beautiful. Hestia is the call to become the calm harbor for your beautiful soul to thrive. And the soul voice meditation is, am I a safe space or a safe place to be? No matter where I am home. The most sacred sanctuary is found within me. I feel like a lot of you have also probably throughout your life, like if you ever struggled with anxiety, you've been cultivating ways to overcome that anxiety. And now you're getting to a point where like you really do feel at home anywhere. You feel comfortable anywhere you go. So that's really stunning. And if you're not there yet, you're going to get there in your life. Okay. So let's shuffle up the tarot and just finish up with that and see what comes out. Otherwise, this wouldn't be a tarot reading, right? So, what makes you enticing? I feel like we already have such a clear vision of you. Yeah, death and rebirth. and the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. So this 10 of Pentacles is already showing me, again, you make people feel at home. With death and rebirth, there's an intensity to your soul, a spirituality to your soul. So everything we just described, and then on top of that, add the fact that you had some pretty intense experiences. And also there's something about your soul that triggers spiritual awakenings and change within people. I think you gave really good advice, and you'll notice that a lot of people, after meeting you, after talking to you, tend to make a lot of life changes or life improvements. Yeah, you're a lot of people's soul growth. See, 6 of Swords, you help guide people. You're a light worker. You help guide people towards calmer shores, calmer waters. You know, I almost view you as these crows down here pulling this broken woman who's been at the seas, having high highs, low lows, strong emotions for a long time, and you're the crow guiding her towards the shore, towards stability. So you're oftentimes that guide for other people. I feel like I'm picking up on some past lives for you. A lot of you have past lives as a spirit guide, like literally in spirit guiding other humans and other, you know, creatures in this universe. And the reason why you incarnated will be different for all of you, so I can't pick up on that. But, you know, there's a reason. There's a reason. We have the 4 of Wands upright coming out. Again, it's that feeling of home, that feeling of safety. The number 4 talks of stability. And the 4 of Wands shows like fun, like celebrating life with the people closest to you. And I feel like you're almost destined to have like friends that feel like family sprinkled all throughout your life. And if you don't have that now, you will manifest that again. I feel guided to say again, you will manifest that again. King of Wands in reverse. So this is masculine fire energy. When it's in reverse, it is a little bit full of itself, a little bit having too much of an ego. And I feel like you've had to deal with certain people like this throughout your life. Individuals, masculine energy people who maybe didn't fully respect you and took advantage of your kindness. So you may have a long history of either dating or being friends with, or just having people in your life where you feel like you caused so much character growth and development for them, and they traumatized you in return. Okay, so one of your biggest turning points in life has been or will be when you learn how to have boundaries and cut these types of people off and not give them your kindness. And I see this is so common in so many empaths, so many light workers, having to learn especially in their young adulthood years, but it takes some people like a long time to learn this, learning how to have boundaries and understanding like if someone is treating you bad, literally do not show them your kindness at all. Your kindness should be revoked from people at times. And I think you guys would work very well with any deities or spirits of war and anger. And I know you're probably resisting that so hard. Like, oh my gosh, I'm not going to work. Like Mars, for example, working with Mars, Aries, you know. Like, why would I work with a god or goddess, a spirit of war and anger? Because that will help balance your soul out and stop over-giving to the wrong people. Absolutely. You deserve the right people in your personal circle. Okay. What else makes you attractive? What is enticing about you? This star. Yes, this is what I'm saying, guys. You, in a way, in a form, are a medium, because you take ideas, you take the spirit of these visions that you get, this future that you get, and you bring it down into physical reality. That's what the star is all about. Taking something that spirit gifts you spiritually, energetically, or mentally, and you bring it down into physical form. Like for example, you may have a vision of like opening up a cat shelter, and then you do it. You literally do it. You bring it into physical form. And I know that's a little dramatic, but you know, you do this every single day, one way or another. Even if it's just putting your makeup on or getting dressed, you might have a vision of like, oh, this would be a great outfit. You do it. you know, and just by adding that little beauty, that little spark of creativity in the world, you're making it a more beautiful and interesting place to live. Also, I gotta be honest, when the star comes out, this to me is the card of physical beauty. On the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith deck, the person on the star card is naked. And so to me, this is a card of looking good naked and just being very beautiful and confident in that beauty. So that's beautiful. Love that. Let's get one more card. What makes you enticing? Okay, 2 more cards came out. We have the 9 of Cups and the Emperor. Yes, just there is a sense of joy and excitement to be alive that bursts through from the core of your existence. And your entire life, you know, you've had these moments where this internal joy and sunshine bursts through. You may have had to do a lot of healing and processing. And over the years, like, you've been able to shine this sunshine light that radiates from within you more and more and more as a result. And that, like, I don't know, it just is so enticing. So enticing. You know what this reminds me of? If any of you are reading A Court of Thorns and Roses, you remind me of the character Morgan and how she's described as, like, just bursting with, like, joy and beauty and so nice to everyone. Just wanting to dance and making everyone feel comfortable and at home. You give off very similar energy, okay? And then the Emperor shows being strong within your own boundaries, being strong within your own self, your masculine energy, organized and hardworking. You guys have a lot of, like, hardworking traits here. So I can only imagine what you do for a living or what you do every day, what your lifestyle is. You put a lot of energy towards it, whatever it is. Even if you're, like, a stay-at-home parent, like, you do everything you can to, like, do that with the highest level of integrity. You read all of the books. You do everything right. You share it with the world. You know, you have a very high work ethic and integrity in what you do, and you're making the world a better place because of it. So thank you guys so much for joining me. This was lovely. I enjoyed reading for you. You're a ray of sunshine. Like this video, comment how it resonated down below, and subscribe to the channel if you've not already. If you want a personal reading with me one-on-one, the link to that is always in the description box, spiritpsychic.org. I also offer my intention oils there and spiritual life coaching sessions there, so check it out. Bye-bye. Hello, group number 2, and welcome. Let's see what makes you so enticing, hot, attractive, and magnetic to the people around you. So you have the South Node in Capricorn in the 3rd house, and right off the bat, I'm seeing that whatever your heritage is or your hometown, where you come from, people are really interested in that. You might have, like, an accent or strong culture that is tied to you, that you might not be, like, the majority where you live at, or even if you're, like, in a workplace or you're a public figure or something like that. People really are drawn into you based off of your background, your culture, your heritage. Again, whatever that culture and heritage is. For example, like, let's just say you live in Minnesota and you're as white as they come. Obviously, you're not a minority, but, like, let's just say you are somebody who's really deeply connected to your ancestral roots in Europe, and you practice, like, European paganism or something like that. That makes you very, very enticing. And I feel like if all of us sort of connect back to our indigenous roots, wherever they may be from, and we carry that with us in what we do, it really does make us extremely attractive and interesting, at least to the right people. And it just becomes a part of us that people find enticing and want to connect with, even if they are people who share that background, that culture, that heritage with you. So I am seeing that. I am seeing that for some of you here, you might find yourself, especially if you are a minority where you're at, fetishized or treated differently because of that. But I am just going to be honest, like, that is one of the things that make people so enticed by you and drawn in towards you, because you're not like everyone else. So yeah, it can be annoying, but it can also be a good thing. So there's pros and cons to everything in life. But yeah, that is definitely one of those things, your culture, your heritage, where you come from. With Capricorn coming out as well, I love Capricorn energy, and there's so many different like aspects of Capricorn energy, but the one that's sticking out to me the most is a sense of humor. Having a sense of humor and a very unique way of dressing. And there could be something like edgy to how you present yourself. You know, you're not like everyone else, for sure. I don't know how to describe it. I feel like Capricorns low key have like hidden talents too. And I'm not saying you are a Capricorn, but like I feel like you're really, really good at things, but you're so humble about it and you're not in your face about it. Like you can, for example, be a really talented singer, but you don't tell anyone that. And then one day you're just hanging out with people, or you're like on like a fifth date or something. You start singing along to the radio and they're like, oh my gosh, you're such a talented singer. Like what? Like you have these hidden abilities and hidden things that you're really, really good at, but there's multiple of them. Like, and some people may even joke like you're good at everything you do, like literally everything. So yeah, I think you have a very multifaceted personality, which is beautiful. Like for example, you're not like one note. You know, you're not just the person who is good at singing. You also make really great cookies and you love baking, and you're also very talented when it comes to dressing yourself and being in tune with fashion. Or, you know, these are just examples, but fill in the blank with your own thing. Like you're exceptionally good at multiple things in life, which people find extremely attractive. So we have the moth spirit. Okay, some of y'all are bisexual. Not all of you, but recently I've been associating the moth spirit with bisexuality because I saw this thread that was someone saying like, what tattoos do bisexuals have? And like 90% of them were like moths. So I don't know. Some of you guys are bisexual. That's awesome. You know, I've been trying to find a way to identify bisexual people in the wild more. It's very difficult. So I'm happy I found that apparently moths are just some tattoo. It's not even a bisexual tattoo. I just feel like the bisexual personality for some reason is drawn to moths and getting them tattooed on their body. But yeah, I love this about you. Obviously, this isn't going to resonate with everyone. But I love moth spirits. You know, they're so beautiful physically, and also they're always drawn to the light, and I feel like that's you know, always looking to the positive aspects of life. And here's the thing though, like moths are very a lot of them are nocturnal, so it's like you're not afraid to talk about the challenges in life, and you don't have toxic positivity. You have genuine optimism. So it's like you talk about the important things, and when something quote unquote negative needs to be discussed, you're the first person to bring it up. However, you view everything in life from a glass half full point of view, which is stunning. And you know, that sort of hopeful form of thinking without denying the more challenging aspects in life is something that a lot more people need to like have, and a lot more people need to start thinking the way that you think. Very beautiful. I'm also seeing, I don't know why, I am seeing like a very specific sense of style coming through. Obviously all of your senses of styles are going to be so different, so I can't like articulate exactly, but like cutesy alternative is coming to my mind, but I don't know. All right, moving on. The crow and dogwood intelligence. Wow, you got the crow and the moth. Yeah, you know, crow energy and moth energy together to me paints a picture of this is again going to get very, very specific here, but of people who are into alternative ways of presenting themselves and operating close to like indigenous spirituality, again, wherever their ancestors may derive from. And like, for example, if this was like a random white girl from the United States, I'd be like, okay, she's bisexual. She loves her like little stompy boots and she practices Wicca. Like clearly, you know what I mean? Like there are very specific types of personality traits that come through. With the crow spirit, people who are connected spiritually, like in a shamanic type of way, tend to connect with the crow spirit. Like, this spirit only comes out for people who have the ability to weave in and out of the realms, weave in and out of, and this could also represent like fantasy, reading fantasy books or indulging in video games or like Dungeons and Dragons, things like that. I think your hobbies are very enticing and interesting to people. It's really hard for me to articulate. It's so weird because the image I'm getting in my head, the vibes I'm getting in my head are so specifically pointed, but when I try to describe them, I don't feel like I'm getting pointed enough. So, yeah, you're intelligent. You're very intelligent, and your mind can enjoy like depths upon depths of complications. For example, Dungeons and Dragons. It's a like quote unquote complicated game. There's a lot of rules, but like it's very imaginative and immersive, and you need to have a good mind to, come up with it. Like, you are the creator alongside the player. If some of you guys may even be really good at math and science, understanding these very complicated formulas or scientific equations, things like that. Like, your mind just works very, very well. We have taking risks. Okay. Some of y'all may be thrill seekers. You definitely don't play it safe in life. I feel like you're the live life to the fullest type of person. Absolutely. Comfort. Beautiful. Archangel Azrael. Sorry. I am with you in your time of need, helping your heart to heal. I feel like you offer people that space, similar to group number 1. You offer people that space. You're a comfortable person to be around. Once people get talking to you, I kind of intuitively feel like some people may be nervous to come up and talk to you at first. I don't know if you have like a resting mean face where like when you're just relaxed, you look like you're angry or sad or something. Or maybe it's like the way you present yourself, like you can come off as very attractive or a certain style or something like that, and people might be afraid to approach you because of that. But then once they get talking to you, like, you're very comfortable to talk to and be around. People feel very much not judged around you. Like, I could be myself around you, which is so beautiful. We have the balsamic moon, a time for healing. So we have healing, we have comfort. Wow. A lot of you, I feel like, are really honed in on like psychology and self-help. Like, you may have or might still read a lot of like self-help books, have a lot of advice in psychology or in that department of life. Even just spirituality, like you enjoy talking about like different holistic health or ways of living that are good for everyone. There's like a natural wisdom that comes with you. We have trust. I don't know why I just saw like herbalism, and again, I keep coming back to like witchcraft and holistic healing and indigenous roots in like how your ancestors would live close to nature. We have trust coming through. And so I really feel like you are very enticing to people who have a similar mindset. Like, honestly, I would be your best friend if given the opportunity. This says, when love is invited to take over, right action arises at the right time. Allow me, dear divine, to wait patiently until the timing is right. Let me rest in the unknown until a clear path is shown. Some of you guys might feel like you want to attract more friends or people who are like-minded to you. And you might be feeling like that is, and I know this is kind of off topic, but like you might be feeling like that's too difficult. But if you keep being yourself and putting yourself out there and sharing who you are with the world, even if it's risking, facing criticism from other people who are very close-minded, you will naturally attract and bring in people and circumstances who will be so grateful that you're so authentic. And I don't know why I'm also seeing something about like posting your looks or your thoughts or your ideas online or in some sort of book. So some of you guys might be writers or planning on writing a book on some sort of topic, or you might be somebody who shares information online. I don't know why I'm getting like the phrase nonfiction is coming out. So you might be trying to keep a certain way of living alive or certain healing wisdom alive. You may feel this natural draw to spreading information about I don't know, like self-care, holistic things, psychology, like helping people to live easier, better lives. You feel drawn into doing that for others. Okay, so we wanted to select a divine feminine spirit. This is from the Divine Feminine Oracle. And this spirit is going to represent who you are and why you're so enticing. So some of Yeshe Tsiogel's traits are similar to your own. And this could be a spirit that you can add to your altar and communicate with and have a relationship with. So I'm going to read about her, introduce her, and understand along the way, like what traits of hers you also have. So Yeshe Tsiogel represents a deep wisdom that has been much misunderstood. She is the ultimate spiritual wisdom that the human body is all that is needed for enlightenment. That is so true. Yeshe was born a princess in Tibet in 777 CE. We love the angel number. According to legends, she was born in the same way as the Buddha. A mantra resounded, and her mother gave birth to Yeshe painlessly. That would be cool. Sorry. Her name means Wisdom Lake Queen because at the moment of her birth, a nearby lake doubled in size, symbolizing her tremendous wisdom, her waters of enlightenment. From a young age, Yeshe only wanted to practice the Dharma instead of getting married. But the emperor of Tibet gave her to, I'm going to butcher this name, Padmasambhava, who had traveled from Tibet, from India, to spread the Buddha's teachings. He became her main consort and husband, and together they each founded their own lineages of Buddhist teachings. She spent many years isolated in meditation and accomplished several cycles of tantric spiritual practices. She received esoteric initiations and became known as a fully enlightened Buddha in the form of an ordinary woman. She is also considered to be the incarnation of, again, I'm going to butcher this name, Vajrayogini. And her husband predicted that she would reincarnate as the legendary Tibetan Buddhist tantric teacher and yogini Machik Labdron. So, when your soul selects her card and when she connects with you, it can be so easy to forget that everything we touch, everything we say, and everything we do is not separate from the divine. Yeshe embodied one of the most potent spiritual truths. The female body is an asset to enlightenment, not a hindrance. Okay, I want to pause and say, feminist queens and kings out here, okay? People love you for that. And also, again, like there is, with the crow spirit, with the moth spirit, and Yeshe coming out, you guys are very, very spiritually connected. And a lot of you have achieved deep levels of enlightenment and nirvanic states of peace. And like I said, it's like you carry this peace with you wherever you go, no matter what challenges you encounter, which is why you're not afraid to take risks, because you understand that everything in this universe is equal and balanced. So even if you take a lot of risks, you'll get a lot of rewards. With the greater the challenges are, the greater the results are, or vice versa. So you accept that, you embody that, and because of that, you don't strive overly for things that you don't have, because you embody the fact that everything in life is equal dark and light, equal challenge and opportunity, equal, pain and happiness. You can relax in life. And you have this deep understanding that that's all you need, So that's why you give off this very comfortable energy And a lot of you help guide other people in their own healing journey, even if it is just simply like you live your life, you have your normal job, and you just give great advice to your friends. That's it. You're achieving your spiritual purpose. And that's what makes you so desirable, is that like you carry this energy of, you know, being a high priestess, being a shaman, being somebody who is spiritually connected. Even if you have a very normal life, you just carry this energy within you. Very beautiful. The body is a vehicle to free us from the idea that there are any limitations to reality. I want to pause and say I am picking up on the presence of a few people watching who might be really great at yoga or some sort of like stretching, like, I don't know, like handstands, like beautiful poses. I don't know why that's coming through in my mind. Or some of you might be like a dancer or model or something. And again, it really adds to your allure. Tantra, which weaves together the sacred and the mundane to reveal the spiritual nature of all things, allowed Yeshe to realize that she was born an ordinary woman and an incarnation of the Buddha, Vajrayogini. We are both human and divine. We are both a mortal body and an eternal essence that continues on. The body too often can be the scapegoat for so much hate, distrust, and violence. The body holds infinite wisdom, pleasure, and possibilities. Yes, I've seen too many spiritual people hate on the fact that they were incarnated, hate on, you know, being a human. And I do believe that humans have a place on this planet. We have a place in nature. You know, there have been humans that have done so much saving of animals, you know, creating whole new species and protecting animals that may be on the brink of death or danger or destruction, and they've saved them. I've seen humans reforest deserts and spread so much healing on the planet, and like that's why humans are here, you know, that's our purpose. Some human native gardens are more beautiful and have healthier plants than any natural wooded area that I've ever seen. You know, there is a purpose for humans. We're the gardeners of the animal kingdom. That's why we got thumbs, y'all. And I feel like you're connected with that. Even if you're not into gardening, like you're connected with the human spirit. And, you know, you try to enjoy life as much as possible instead of hate on this physical life. And that alone is spiritual. You know, instead of praying to a God, hoping that you go somewhere better after you're done here, you're saying to yourself, you know, what if this is heaven? What if this life is where I'm meant to be? And you make it such, you know, you make it such. Stunning. All right. Where was I at? This is the moment to see your gorgeous body, y'all, as the tremendous gift it is. It is the moment to realize that there is no greater intoxication than just being fully in your body from head to toe. Another thing I want to point out, what makes you enticing, a lot of you, is that you are able to sit in your pleasure so deeply. And like, for example, when you have sexual intercourse with someone, like you, how do I even put this? You're not stiff and uncomfortable and disconnected from your body. You are like, you let your goddess or God energy flow through you. And you radiate this sort of tantric, sensual magic and beauty and splendor. You are really comfortable acting as this sort of like earthly goddess or god-like energy. I don't know how else to put it. You're very divine and you carry a lot of earth magic within you. Absolutely. And you let that bubble up from the core of your soul, from the roots that you have on this planet, and move through you. And you find beauty in that. You're not resisting it. A lot of spiritual people, especially those who are raised under religion, are taught to reject earth magic and energy. You know, they view the underworld, the lower world, as this awful place to be. But in reality, the underworld, the lower world, is where all earthly memories are stored. Our traumas, our greatest memories, plant and animal magic and healing. So much healing exists in the lower realms, the lower worlds. And it's really a shame that most people on this planet reject that and are disconnected from their sensuality, from their pleasure, from their body. And you are here to sort of radiate this energy of like being connected with that, especially with the moth spirit coming out. You know, you're the type of people who like might, for example, like this is just a random example, like not wear bras, you know, like screw them titty prisons, you know, like this is me naturally, you know what I mean? Like, and you don't have to go so far out with it. Like you all have your different layers and levels of how you present this energy. It'll look different for all of you, but like, you know, this, like you I don't know how to describe it. You just radiate this like earthly magic. I really don't know how to describe it. Yeshe is the call to remember that the holiness of your flesh, the deep wisdom your body contains, and the temple you walk around every day. And the soul voice meditation is what helps me remember that my body is sacred. Embodiment is the deepest bliss. My body was made for enlightenment. Stunning. Stunning. I love it. Oh gosh. I want to be your friends. If you're in the Philadelphia area, give me a message. We can be friends. Okay. Let's get some tarot for y'all. Y'all beautiful gods and goddesses out here. 3 of Wands. You have fun. You're somebody who knows how to have fun and knows how to enjoy Earth's pleasures. Yes. You drink up life. Absolutely. Living it to the fullest. Going out. Whether it's surfing, skydiving, drinking, eating good foods, enjoying the fire. You know, I feel like you have these moments of nirvana where you're just like, for example, like just floating in the ocean, like, yeah, everything in life is love. And you've had these moments sprinkled throughout your entire life of just being so deeply connected to love and the earth and the beauty of being here in this present moment. And I think what makes you so enticing is that throughout your life, you've been guided by spirit to heal what you need to heal and unlearn the things you need to unlearn in order to embody that energy more and more and more. Yeah, Ace of Wands, you guys just radiate fiery, passionate, earth magic type of energy. You're very sexually attractive. I'm going to be honest with you. A lot of people are enticed by your physical assets in that regard and your ability to just allow yourself like love freely and you know, even, and whatever this means to you, it'll mean something different to everyone. That is very enticing to people. You know, you're the opposite of stiff. You are, I don't know. I don't know. We have the Page of Cups in reverse, creativity. Yeah. Throughout your life, you know, you've really had to do a lot of inner healing work when it comes to your inner child, because this story of your magic and being connected to earth magic and positivity might not have always been the case. I mean, it always was the case. It might have been shrouded in childhood wounds and traumas that needed healing. Yeah, some soul retrieval may have or might be might do the trick for you. If you haven't done something like that already, you know. Judgment in reverse. Yeah, there's definitely a past here. You have a past, not the best upbringing or experiences from anywhere like from birth to early, like young adulthood years. There definitely has been some things that you've needed to sit with and reflect on and heal and process for sure. In order to connect more with this authentic light within you. Because, you know, there have been times in your life where that trauma and that darkness really shrouded you. And you can literally see this even in pictures. Like you could just see, looking back, like there were seasons where you just didn't glow and you weren't successful and it just felt like nothing was really manifesting for you. And you understood that was because there was parts of yourself that needed to be retrieved, like soul retrieval. There was parts of you that needed some rest, that needed to sit with your emotions and heal. And you may have distracted yourself a lot during those times. But with the more internal healing work, and I just saw 14:14. Oh my gosh, I just saw 14:14 on my camera timer, and then I glanced at the clock and it's 4:14. That keeps happening to me. Oh my gosh. So yeah, the big angel numbers there. You might see repeating 14:14:14. And the number 1 deals with your individuality and strength within oneself, and then a number 4 deals with stability. Stabilizing your emotions, stabilizing yourself, purging away those emotions and that past, and unlearning certain things, learning how to take better care of yourself. And I really feel like you're one of those people where you may have had a difficult childhood upbringing, but like the older you get, the more you enjoy life, because it's like you learn more and more every day on how to take better care of yourself, on how to enjoy life, and you just experience a large amount of gratitude for life itself because of that. And you're at this point where it's like there's just ecstasy, spiritual ecstasy that oozes from you. Absolutely oozes from you. And there is something inherently sensual and magnetic and seductive about you as well that entices people. Just saying. Okay, we have the Knight of Swords. And I don't know why I'm getting visions of like teenage rebellion that you may have dealt with. Always distracting yourself, running from the issues. Yeah, the Devil. You guys have been through a lot. Okay, like you've had to heal from a lot. And definitely, again, I'm seeing that risk taker energy here. Some of you may have even dealt with addictions, mental health issues throughout your life. And you know what? That adds strength to your soul when you overcome them, for sure. And like I said, you are this optimist. You are funny. You are this light in the world. But like also you have an edge to you. You like dark humor energy. You're not afraid to get dark because you've grown up in darkness. The shadows raised you. And the more you have taken time to heal, the more you glow your authentic light, and the more enticing you become, and the more likely you are to magnetize people towards you. So keep up the good work with that. And I definitely see it's in your destiny to reach this state where you're just so at home in your body and in a perpetual state of enlightenment and just enjoying life for what it is, peaceful in every moment. So stunning. The more you allow yourself to feel your emotions, process your wounds, take action on your intuition, and just enjoy that journey. Release strong attachment to life itself. Release strong desire. Let it go. Be on the journey to getting your desires, but let go of the pressure. You start experiencing this profound peace, and that energy spreads to other people, and that's what makes you enticing. Okay, so thank you guys for joining me. That was a lot. Like this video, comment how it resonated down below, and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. If you want a personal reading with me one-on-one, the link to that is always in the description box, spiritpsychic.org. I also offer my intention oils there and spiritual life coaching sessions there, so check it out. Bye-bye. Hello, group number 3, and welcome. Let's do this candlelit reading for you and see what makes you so enticing. Your astro dice, you have Uranus in Libra in the 9th house. So there is a lot of depth when it comes to Uranus, and it is the planet of psychic abilities and like exploring into the unknown, innovation, going against the grain, and not necessarily listening to what the government, what society tells of you. So it's sort of a rebellious energy. And that rebellious energy that you carry is so attractive. And then that's paired with Libra, which is definitely like long-term relationship type of energy, prioritizing like loyalty and commitments to your friends, your family, your loved ones. You're definitely not somebody who comes across as just this free, loving entity that just comes and goes as they please. Like you really prioritize really good relationships, and you like to know where you stand with people, and that sort of clarity of where you stand with people and that focus on relationships is also quite enticing and makes people trust you a lot more and understand that like you take your relationships seriously. This is all in the 9th house, which is the house of Sagittarius, which shows higher education, travel, speaking to people of many different backgrounds, and constantly just wanting to have new experiences. So that's something that's very enticing about you. You know, people feel like they can learn so much about you. You come across as very well read and able to conversate about a great many things. Stunning. So you have the peacock. Very physically beautiful. Wow, all 3 signs today, physically beautiful. But the peacock in particular, this is glamorous beauty. The way that you dress, your makeup, your hair, like this could be tattoos, piercings, how you decorate your home, how you present yourself to the world, how you do your nails, you know, this adds to your mystique. Very stunning. And there is strong masculine energy within your soul. Even if you're like a feminine woman, your masculine energy is very strong, which is very enticing because masculine energy, like I said, it's consistent, it's loyal, it's stable, at least divine masculine energy. And very much like you're the type of person who responds back to people when they text you or when they call you. You're very like predictable, but in a good way. Like, what's the word I'm looking for? Consistent. You're very like, people don't have to guess around or play games when it comes to you. You don't play games. You're just there. You're stable. And you're beautiful. You're stunning. You love expressing yourself in a way that goes against the grain. You definitely stick out in a crowd of people, and you may find that a lot of people stare at you when you go out in public. The reason why they're staring is because you do not dress or appear or present yourself in a way that everyone else does, you know? And I feel like you're not necessarily, you can be modest, but you're not conservative with how you dress. You know, you like to push the limits in your appearance, whether that's through bold colors and patterns, fabrics, design, whatever it may be. However you present yourself, it's very like cutting edge. This is me, and there's no mistaking that this is me. Clairvoyance is coming out. Wow, Archangel Raziel. I am helping your spiritual sight to awaken fully so you can clearly see heavenly love. There's something here about your eyes. Having very beautiful eyes that people get like sort of lost in, and you may get complimented on your eyes quite a bit. But when it comes to clairvoyance, I feel like you have an eye for things as well. Like you have a good taste in fashion, a good taste in music, a good taste in food. You're very cultured and well-read, elegant. You're somebody who it's actually giving a lot of Taurus energy, to be honest. Taurus or Libra, both ruled by Venus, so that makes sense, actually. You might have strong Taurus or Libra placements, but you don't have to. This really is just having an eye for the details in life, the finer things in life. And like, you know when something's well made. You'd rather invest your money in something that is very well made with good materials by a local artisan as opposed to, you know, something cheaply made by like fast fashion or these bigger, more evil corporations. You're very, and even if you're broke and you can't necessarily afford that, if you do have money, you would, you know what I mean? It's like you have a really, really good taste in things, and people appreciate that about you. And I feel like people are sort of like drawn in towards you because you're the type of person that constantly has people discovering new things. Like, even if you're just going and making breakfast for a friend, you know, you have all these different breakfast recipes that like this person might not have been aware of before because you're cultured, you know. You might have multiple, and this is just an example, cookbooks from various cuisines, cultures, countries. And so you don't just automatically go along with the recipes that were passed down to you and that you've always been making, you know? You introduce new ideas to new people, which is definitely like a divine purpose in life, being this person from who culture can spread, ideas can spread. And you might not necessarily view yourself as a trendsetter or somebody who is like constantly on the cutting edge of what's good and fashionable and evolutionary. However, you are. You are. We have flow. Go with the flow. Yeah, I think you're very easygoing. You don't make much of a fuss. You know, if you're in a group of people and they all want to do different things, you're like, well, I don't care, man. Like, whatever you guys want to do, I'll do. Which is great. We have the waning moon. What do you need to release? What do you need to let go of? That's what I'm saying. Like, you're always keeping things fresh. Even like in your home, you might be always swapping things out for like fresher tastes, fresher ideas, timeless pieces. Swapping out the cheaply made things for higher quality things. Your energy is constantly flowing with newness. And like, you're the type of person who might always be discovering new music or new artists, new hobbies, ideas, things of that nature, which makes you extremely interesting to talk to. Or this could also manifest as constantly wanting to travel new places and having stories to tell there. Like, oh yeah, I just traveled to here and then I went there. I really want to go here. You know, so really stunning. And it's like you bring these cutting edge ideas and concepts, foods, recipes, art, stories, objects. Like, you bring that into your community because you have Libra energy here. You have a group of people that like you're really, really close to. You consider them family, even if they're not blood related. And you're the one that brings back all of these good ideas and new things for people to try. Does that make sense? We have change. Exactly. Yes, you are the divine changer. Yeah, there's a better word for that. You're the winds of change. You probably have a lot of butterfly energy ruling over you. Butterfly might be one of your major spirit animals or totem animals. It says, don't scare yourself with the next 40 steps. All you need is that one next action. You can just say to love, show me the first step and change me into one who can take it. Stunning. And then we have the antelope and wheat with nourishment. Absolutely. You take great care of yourself, great care of your body, mind, and soul. And you inspire other people to do the same thing. I feel like you nourish others. You might be the person who either like feeds others or recommends like a really great restaurant. Like, you know all the good spots. And you really know how to set a vibe, set a tone. There's a lot of intentionality that you put behind your relationships and how you spend time with others. Stunning. Okay, so this next card is from the Divine Feminine Oracle. You have Our Lady of Guadalupe. And this deck is filled with a bunch of divine feminine spirits from all over the world. And I wanted to select one and read their story and talk about it because there can be a lot of similar traits that you have with Our Lady Guadalupe. And remember, these are from all different religions and places on earth. You know, this isn't necessarily a religious reading, but this spirit in particular wants to come out and connect with you. Our Lady of Guadalupe is the emblazoned emblem of the uniquely powerful protection of a mother's love. Her image is believed to be, I can't read today, to have miraculously appeared within the tilma or cloak of Saint Juan Diego. She appeared to him 4 times, the first of which was on December 9th, 1531. She spoke to Juan in his native, oh wow, I don't know how to pronounce that. I feel so dumb right now. Nahuatl. I'm sorry, I'm butchering that language, and asked him to build a church in her. I've never heard of that language before. Build a church in her honor. They were standing on the Tepeyac Hill outside Mexico City, where the Spanish had recently destroyed a temple to the mother goddess Tanantzin, an Aztec goddess of love. I visited Aztec ruins. They are so beautiful, and I love the Aztec culture, but that is neither here nor there. Juan Diego tried to convince the archbishop of the authenticity of the apparition, but to no avail. He asked Guadalupe to give him a sign that would help convince the archbishop of her identity. She appeared to Juan a final time and told him to collect the Castilian roses, not native to Mexico, that were in bloom at the top of the Tepeyac hill. He gathered the roses in his cloak, and when they fell before the archbishop, they could see both the emblem of Our Lady Guadalupe inscribed on the inside of his cloak. Her image on Juan Diego's cloak has become Mexico's most popular religious and cultural symbol. It hangs above the high altar in the Basilica of Guadalupe in Mexico City. The Basilica is the most visited Catholic pilgrimage site in the world and the world's third most visited sacred site. Its preservation and its mysterious creation have been a fascination for scholars and art historians for centuries. It seems to be defying the laws of nature, both by not decaying the way a natural substance should, and by having been created in what seems to be one fell swoop rather than within multiple brush strokes. This now infamous image is worn as a symbol of protection from banners in the army during the Mexican War of Independence and on the backs of migrant workers to shield them from being whipped, to modern t-shirts and tattoos to protect devout Catholics and gang members with the exceptional love of the divine feminine. So what a beautiful spirit to connect with you. Such a protective, beautiful, lovely guide to connect with you at this time. So when you connect with her, and we're going to get some traits as to why she's connecting with you and what she has to tell you about your enticing behaviors and energies. But first and foremost, I feel like there is this sort of divine protection that radiates from you. And we had the visions that were being talked about there, and we have clairvoyance. I feel like a lot of people who selected group number 3 are clairvoyant. Like, you literally have clairvoyancy. And I'm not going to go into a whole tangent about, how to know if you're clairvoyant and what is and is not clairvoyant. A lot of people who are clairvoyant naturally, they don't realize that their thoughts are clairvoyant. Basically, if there's anything that just pops in your mind and it's very visual, that is clairvoyant, okay? You can use clairvoyance consciously by imagining white light. Have you ever heard of those meditations? That's using your clairvoyance. But what is outside of us is also within us. Even if we have never experienced a mother's love, the true force of that loving protection exists within us. So we can give it to ourselves. When Saint Juan Diego was concerned that the Archbishop would not believe him and was racing to meet Our Lady of Guadalupe, she appeared suddenly and said the most beloved phrase in the apparition story, a phrase that is inscribed on the entrance to her basilica. No estoy yo aquí que soy tu madre. Am I not here? I who am your mother. The energy of a mother's love can travel to meet you anywhere, whether within the world or within your own heart. I feel like you're somebody who gives off this maternal energy. Even if you're a dude, you literally are the mother hen of your group, your loved ones, protecting them, and also bringing them new ideas, advice for change, for healing, for growth in their lives. And while you're doing that, you're doing it with a lot of fashion, a lot of cutting edge fashion and forward momentum. I'm just sort of getting this, and even with the full moon and the waning moon, this release, this letting go, let go of your worries, relax. This is the energy you give off. You allow people to just break down in your presence if they need to, or laugh uncontrollably. I'm getting the word ecstasy is popping through, but not happy ecstasy, just being in an ecstatic state of just raw emotions and people really feel that way. How do I describe this? So have you ever dealt with a toddler and they're like on their best behavior? They're so good around strangers, but the second they get home to their mom or their dad, they just start throwing tantrums and they're freaking out. The reason toddlers do that is because they feel like that those parents are their safe space to start emotionally processing and feeling their emotions. So they might not necessarily feel safe to allow their emotions to flow when they're outside of the home or when they're around strangers. But once they get home, they have to let all of that energy out because they finally feel safe to do so. So it's actually a good thing when children do that because that means they feel safe around you. But I'm sort of, what I'm getting at here is that you give off that sense of safety for so many people. And that's why so many people like really just break down around you and let you in on what's going on with them. Okay. The message is that she is here. You are mothered, but the message is also to ask for what you need. Saint Juan Diego asked Our Lady of Guadalupe for a sign that proved her identity and existence. She gave him her image emblazoned inside his cloak, one that has been venerated and considered holy ever since because he asked for her assistance. We are ennobled with free will. The divine needs our request for assistance in order to enter our lives. All we need to do is assume the simplicity, the heart, and the humility of a child and ask for a sign that she is here. We will be met with more love than we could ever imagine, and love is always the greatest and most powerful energy of protection. Of course, some of you might also be Mexican, and if that's the case, I mean, like, hot. I love Mexicans. Like, so, oh my gosh, I just love Mexican culture for many different reasons that I'm not going to go off on right now. But if any of you are Mexican, or even any, I would even extend that to any form of Native North or South American, then this is also your message. You know, that entices people. That culture, that heritage, that identity, a lot of people love that and are intrigued to know more about that. So obviously that's not going to resonate with everyone, but I am feeling that for quite a bit of you. Okay. So many different like things. This isn't a cohesive reading. It's kind of like this is attractive and that's attractive and this is attractive. So let's dive into it. Another thing I'm seeing here, if you haven't already been this person, I feel like you will be this person in the future. I'm getting like these images in my head of being the person that like you take other people on their first travel adventures like outside of their country, you know, like you're the person that like shows them around. Or I'm also seeing trip sitters, so that's really specific, but I don't advocate for hallucinogenic plant medicines in the spiritual community. I feel like it's overused by a lot of people, and there's a lot that goes into it that many people don't consider. But however, if you are somebody who is into that, I see you being this person who is like a trip sitter. Like you facilitate these, it's all coming together now, guys. You facilitate spiritual experiences for people. You facilitate certain environments. You have this magical gift, this spiritual ability to create environments, guys. That's what it is. That is what it is, like an atmosphere. You can create an atmosphere. And this is why you have such profound taste in things. Like, you know how to change people's moods. Okay. If any of you have watched Twilight, you have like the same exact abilities as Jasper, if that makes it easier to understand. You have the ability to change someone's mood and trigger certain feelings or experiences. Really, really cool. Wow. Okay. We're gonna get some more clarity with the tarot. But yeah, I mean, for example, like let's just say you're a restaurant manager or you own a restaurant. It's like you specifically decorate that restaurant or that place to facilitate a certain feeling. And you specifically choose certain recipes to encapsulate a certain feeling. Like you're very intentional when it comes to spreading certain moods to different people. And that's really, really enticing. We have the 5 of Pentacles. For example, like let's just say you're making love to someone. Like you have plans, like you got a little dick appointment later or something like that. And you're the type of person who is going to go full tantric with it and like completely shower and bathe yourself and use certain oils to accentuate certain energies and different scents in different areas, and like, you know, the mouthwash, and like you're really intentional. Like, you know how to set the mood, lighting these candles and playing this sort of music. I know that's like one example, but like literally that is your gift. Setting a mood and using your magic to sort of change people's impressions and moods and facilitate in certain environments that may be conducive to either like deep conversation or love making or anger or literally anything. Clarity of mind. 3 of Wands. Some of you might also practice feng shui or energy work, something of that nature. Or you should, honestly. I feel like you would be really into that. But yeah, 5 of Pentacles, 3 of Wands. This 5 of Pentacles does show a sort of like lack mindset. And, you know, with Neptune, I mean, a lot of you might have experienced deep lack in your life. And you can really connect to others. And I just, oh my gosh. I keep getting these images. Your reading is so difficult because it's like so not cohesive. But like I'm getting clairvoyant images now of like pouring a thick milk into like a bowl, and it's just giving this nourishing like milk and honey vibes, you know, just absolutely nourishing, fulfilling, caring for other people. For those of you who don't understand what milk and honey means, those are the 2 ingredients on the world that does not harm a single being. We have the moon upright with that psychic intuition, clairvoyance, deep emotions. People feel really safe and comfortable to emotionally and spiritually purge around you. And the 3 of Wands, oh my gosh, yes, I didn't even mention this. This also shows that travel energy. I feel like a lot of you are destined to travel a lot in this lifetime. And like I said, like you'd be a really good trip planner and just giving people the best experiences to different places, setting the vibe. Some of you could even be in the hospitality business. We have the 8 of Pentacles, hard work, and also a little bit of magic and intention. See, she's holding a green candle. She's doing witchcraft here, probably a heart chakra thing. There's an aloe plant there, which takes us back to Mexico, being significant somehow. But yeah, this is hard work and knowing what you want and going after it. Learning a lot in life, constantly being at this vibration of learning more, exposing yourself to new experiences, expanding your horizons. That's Sagittarius, that's 9th house energy there. So whether you're going to school for a really long time or you're traveling a lot of different places or learning a lot of different things, like that is just your vibe. There's always something new going on in your mind, and you share that with people around you. It makes you very enticing. 10 of Cups in reverse. Yeah, taking relationships seriously, even if you are somebody who is not in a long-term relationship currently. People can see themselves being in a relationship with you, being your best friend. You just sort of give off that level of stability and availability for that. And we have the Queen of Cups in reverse. Wow, Queen of Cups in reverse and the 10 of Cups in reverse. You might feel like growing up, or even now, like you just have this this group of misfits all collected together. You know, you and, you know, maybe the people in your life didn't have the easiest relationships in childhood or with family or growing up, and you had to sort of create that for yourself and explore life outside of that comfort zone because that didn't really offer much for you. Yeah, some of you might have problems with your own mother, I'm seeing. Emotional problems, you know, whether she was either absent or overbearing or verbally abusive, emotionally manipulative, a little selfish. Like I'm seeing something here with whoever was the most like prominent mother figure in your life. You might have had some issues growing up with that. And now because of that, like you're sort of radiating this maternal energy to a lot of people. And I just want to clarify, like, we don't believe in the Madonna whore complex out here. Like, you can radiate maternal energy and be like a sex goddess or god at the same time. I just want to clarify that. Like, you are a sensual, seductive being, and simultaneously this very like caring, loving, nurturing person as well, regardless of gender. Okay, so I just want to clarify that up. But yeah, this hard relationship with your mother figure has sort of turned you into a mother hen. Like, you want to make sure that everyone around you is safe and protected, and you're using your clairvoyance to ensure that and help people get introduced to the right changes, the right spiritual healing in their life. And some of you may find yourself in parental positions in life, honestly, like either being a parent or even being like a host parent for foreign exchange students, things like that, foster parenting, trip sitting, as we said, being like the mother hen of your group when you're traveling and planning everything out, that's sort of your vibe. And people really, really, really appreciate you deeply for that. They love you like that mother figure, even if they're older than you, even if they're the same age as you. You give off that vibe, and you help a lot of people out with your guidance, and you take those relationships seriously. Like, you are the perfect person for people who have abandonment wounds, because I don't see you abandoning people very easily. You're here for them and you support them, and you have a lot of flair and personality and style as you do it. So, very enticing person. Thank you so much for joining me. Definitely watch for your, oh my gosh, why I'm so used to saying that. I'm sorry. I was going to say watch for your sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs. That is my second channel. If you want to watch your astrology horoscope readings for each week, month, etc., go on my second channel, Spirit Psychic Tarot. But yeah, like this video, comment, subscribe. If you want a personal reading with me one-on-one, the link to that is always in the description box, spiritpsychic.org. And yeah, I also offer my intention oils there, spiritual life coaching sessions there. So check it out.